came over. I had some free time. I thought I might help with the packing. I love the look of packing crates. A household in preparation for a journey. It depresses some people, but for me, it is another feeling. Something full of the flow of life. The movement, the progress. Do you know what I mean? It reminds me of Africa.
Africa?
What mood is this? Have I not told you how deeply you move me?
He gave away the money, Asagai.
Who gave away what money?
The insurance money. My brother gave it away.
So it is gone.
Gone.
Gave it away. I'm very sorry. And you now?
Me? Me, I'm nothing. When I was very small, we used to take our sleds out in the winter time, and the only hills we had were the ice-covered stone steps of some houses down the street. And we used to fill them in with snow and make them smooth and slide down them all day. It was very dangerous, far too steep. And sure enough, one day, this kid named Rufus came down too fast, hit the sidewalk, and just split his face open right there in front of us. I remember looking down and thinking, that was the end of Rufus. But then the ambulance came and took him to the hospital and fixed the broken bones and sewed him up. Next time I seen Rufus, he had a little line down the middle of his face. I'll never forget that.
What?
But that was what one person could do for another. Fix them up. Sew up the broken. Make them whole again. I wanted to do that. That was the most marvelous thing in the world. I used to think that was the one concrete thing a human being could do for another. Fix up the sick. This was truly being God.
And you wanted to be God?
No. I wanted to cure. It was important to me. I wanted to cure. I used to care about people and how their bodies hurt.
And you've stopped caring?
Yes, I think so.
Why?
Because it's not deep enough. Or close enough to what ails mankind. It was a child's way of seeing things, or an idealist.
Oh, children see things very well sometimes. An idealist, even better.
I know that's what you think. Because you are right where I left off. You. You with all your talk and dream about Africa. You still think you can patch up the world? Cure the great sore of colonialism with a penicillin of independence?
Yes.
Independence and then what? What about the crooks and thieves and just plain old idiots who will come into power and steal and plunder the same as before? Now they'll be doing it in the name of a new independence. What about them?
First, we must get there. They will always be there. But that is a problem for another time.
And when does it end?
End? Whoever spoke of an end? To life? To living?
An end to misery, to stupidity. Don't you see there isn't any real progress out there, Asagai? There is only one circle we march in, around and around. Each of us with our own little picture in front of us, our own mirage of what we think is the future.
That is the mistake.
What?
What you just said about the circle. It isn't a circle. It is only a line, like in geometry. The one that stretches on into infinity. We cannot see how it ends, so we cannot see how it changes. And isn't it odd that the ones who can see how it changes, the ones who dream and do not give up, we call them the idealist. And the ones who can only see the circle, we call them the realist.
Asagai, when I was asleep in that bed in there, people went out and took my future. And nobody asked me. Nobody consulted me. They just went out and changed my life.
Was it your money?
What?
Was it your money he gave away?
It belonged to all of us.
But did anyone earn it? Huh? Would you have had it at all if your father had not died?
No.
Isn't it something very wrong in a house, in a world, where all of the dreams, good or bad, must depend on the death of a man? I never thought to see you like this, Alejo. You! Your brother made a mistake, and you are grateful to him, because now you can give up on the ailing human race. And the account of it. You speak of struggle. What good is struggle? What good is any of it? What are we all doing, and why are we bothering?
And you cannot answer it!
I live the answer! In my village at home, it is the exceptional man who can even read a newspaper, or who can even ever seize a book at all. I will go home, and much of what I will have to say will seem strange to the people of my village. But I will teach, and I will work, and things will happen swiftly and slowly. And at times, it will seem like nothing changes. But then, these sudden dramatic events which make history leap into the future. And then, quiet again. Retrogression. Guns, murder, revolution. And at times, it will seem as though the quiet was better than all this death and hatred. But I will look about my village at the ignorance and the disease and the illiteracy, and I will not wander long. And perhaps I will live to be a very great man. Perhaps I will hold on to the substance of truth and find my way always having the right course. And perhaps for it, I will be butchered in my bed by the servants of the empire.
The martyr.
Or perhaps I will live to be a very old man, respected and esteemed in my new nation. And perhaps I will hold office. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, Alejo. That perhaps the things that I now believe for my country will be wrong and outmoded. And I may do terrible things just to have things my way, or merely to keep my power. And perhaps that one day there will be some young men and women, not British soldiers, but my own black countrymen, who will slide out of the bed one night and slit my then useless throats. Don't you see? They are always there. They have always been there. They always will be. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That those who may kill me even only replenish all that I was.
Asagai, I know all that.
Good. Then stop your moaning and groaning and tell me what you plan to do.
Do?
I have a bit of a suggestion.
What?
That after this is all over, you come home with me.
Asagai, at this moment you decide to be romantic?
My dear creature of the new world, I don't mean home across the city. I mean across the ocean to Africa.
Africa?
300 years later, the African prince rose up out of the ocean and swept the maiden across the sea, across the middle passage from which our ancestors had come.
To Nigeria?
I will give you cool drinks from gourds. I will show you our mountains, teach you our songs and the ways of our people. And we will pretend in time that you have only been away for a day. Say that you'll come.
Asagai, you get me all mixed up.
Why?
Too many things. Too many things have happened today. I need to sit down and think. I don't know how I feel about anything right now.
Okay, well, I will leave you. No, sit down. Just sit a while and think. Never be afraid to sit a while and think. At times, I've looked at you and thought, so this is what the new world has finally wrought.